Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Struggles for Survival with your host, me, Mrs. Inman. All right, so today we're talking about Lesson 3. And what I want you to do is grab your mentor text, okay, a pencil and a highlighter. Here we go. Today, our learning goal is I can identify characteristics of folktales and understand how the elements contribute to understanding. Folktales are fun, interesting stories. All right, here we go. So I would like you to turn to page 6 and 7. We're going to do a second read of the Kelpie. Okay, and what I want you to do as you read is think about how Alice gets away from the Kelpie. And then what do her actions reveal about her? So here's what I want you to do is take 5 minutes, pause the video here, go back and reread the Kelpie, and then we can answer these questions. All right, welcome back. Let's identify elements of folktales. Okay, elements of folktales. So folktales are based on the traditions and beliefs of a group of people. Originally, folktales were told orally, so they were told within a group. They weren't written down. They were, told to groups of people. The setting takes place a long time ago in a folktale. Characters in a folktale learn a lesson. Folktales are found in all cultures all over the world. And then authors often use animal characters to symbolize or represent human qualities. So let's talk about our folktale, The Kelpie. Okay, page 6. So here we go. So let's find it, okay? Can you find where folktales are based on the traditions and beliefs of a group of people? I want you to underline that or highlight that part. Okay? What do you see? Yes. So the Kelpie is a sinister shape-shifting creature from Welsh folklore. Okay? So that's the group of people, the Welsh. And then folktales are found in all cultures. Well, if we highlight where this is found, the culture, Wales, which is in England, is one of the countries, which it already says, that makes up the United Kingdom. Okay, so let's find it. Here we go. The setting takes place a long time ago. So it already says that within our text. Long ago in the country of Wales. And then let's find this piece. Authors often use animal characters to symbolize or represent human qualities. So animal characters, do you see it here? Where would that be? Yeah, she had heard of the water horses that disguised themselves as beautiful men and then tricked innocent folk into drowning. So the water horse takes on the human quality of a beautiful man. Okay. Sometimes these folk tales are creepy. I think, anyway. All right, let's look at the characters on page 7 in the folktale that learn a lesson. Do you see what lesson is Alice learning here? She started to brush his hair, but as she tried to pull out the brush, she saw that it was full of strands of slimy pondweed, not hair. Her lesson or moral: don't judge a book by its cover. That could be the lesson here. Or be wary of strangers. I mean, some weird person talking to her. It's kind of strange. And don't judge a book by its cover. That can be in a positive way, or it can go like this, like he was not who he said he was. All right. So, your turn. Read page 7. Okay. What I want you to answer as you read page 7 is, what problem does the main character of this folktale face? What problem does Alice face here? How does she overcome this problem? Okay. And what lesson or moral did you learn that will help in your daily life? So go ahead and pause here, and then let's come back and talk about these questions, okay? Okay. So, characters in a folktale learn a lesson. Well, she froze, and then she was trying to figure out a way to escape the situation. Okay. As she looked down, it occurred to her what she could do. Sorry, I had to move my... So she was safe and sound. Okay, so she got this idea and got herself home where she was safe and sound. Okay, the lesson is, if you read into it, did she panic? Did she freak out and run? No, she stayed calm. Okay, she was faced with danger, and she just remained calm and was thinking of a way to get out of the situation. Okay. All right. So let's evaluate your learning. You're a 4, I got it. I can teach it. 3, I can do it on my own. 2, I can do it with help. 1, I'm still confused. What are you? Are you a 4, 3, 2, or 1 that I can identify characteristics of folktales and understand how the elements contribute to understanding? Go ahead and write that up in the corner of your mentor text, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. See ya.